I've sent over 250 proposals over the course of my time on Upwork, and this proposal template and the tips in this video 2x the amount of clients I was actually hearing back from. So learn from my dumb mistakes so you don't get ghosted. In this video, let's talk about the template that I used to land me Upwork jobs, and I'll wrap up the video with a few of my biggest lessons learned for writing proposals that actually get responses. It's Dea, freelancer, digital business manager, most recently entrepreneur, and as always you can find sections on the play bar below if you want to skip to a certain part of the video. Your time is precious, so take what you need, and if you want to watch this on 2x, please feel free to do so. I won't be offended. Let's dive into this video. You have to be focused and care about your Upwork proposal if you want to make that money bread. Your proposal is your elevator pitch. It is your cover letter. It is your first impression. It is the first thing a potential client will see, so you gotta razzle dazzle. When writing your proposal, it needs to show, I'm the person for this job. I know what I'm doing. Trust me to do this, even if, and especially if, you have no testimonials and no experience yet. That proposal is crucial in persuading the client to give you a shot when you have never done this before. Sending proposals on Upwork, as you know, isn't free, so it's better to send 10 stellar proposals than 30 mediocre ones to give yourself better chances of actually getting gigs there. Alright, so my Upwork proposal template. There is nothing magical or mind-blowing about it. It was just crafted through way too much, concerningly much really, practice, trial, and error. It is a loose template, aka adjusted for your voice, your personality, and feel free to switch up the exact words, but I'll talk you through the template and then we'll do an example proposal using this template for an example job together, almost like we're freelance buddies applying together. Very cute. So the template starts with part 1, which should be a simple and fast intro that hooks them. I'm not sure what this is, and shows them that you wrote this specifically for them. This is not a copy pasta kind of thing. Hi, client name. And I like to mix up my intros. I try to be conversational because that's my voice, but I might write something like, my name is Dea, and if all goes well, I'd love to be your new position title. Then, very important, mention something specific or related to their project from their job description. You can offer value, share an insight, be specific to something they mention, something that they would care about. I don't launch into my spiel about me and how awesome I am and how I'm perfect for this job until I have captured their attention by showing them, hey, I actually read the job description and I know what it is that you are looking for. And then we move into part 2. Part 2 is where we want to pull out the big guns, flex a little on our credibility, our authority in a humble brag, succinct kind of way. So for example, I've been working as your job title for X years, and in that time my work has primarily consisted of a few broad fields that are highly relevant to the job listing posted, and I'm very familiar with tools like mention tools that they mention and add a few other tools to add credibility. So for example, if they mention they use Asana and Calendly, I might mention that I'm familiar with tools like Asana, ClickUp, Calendly, and Acuity to be like, hey, I know more than you. Just kidding. It's to show that you didn't just copy paste the tools they mentioned, but you actually are familiar within the space that they are in and have worked with all these types of tools before. Then I do 2 to 4 sentences about the relevant hard skills and share a cool relevant example with metrics if possible. Clients love to see numbers. Numbers are proof. Numbers are much more convincing than just saying, I'm really good at copywriting. So as much as possible, if you can pull out some really strong metrics related to the job description, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Then 1 sentence about your relevant soft skills, but only in a specific way. So I don't want to see any of this, I'm a great communicator, or I'm a team player, or I'm very organized. We want to be specific, first of all, that the soft skills that we're talking about are the ones that they mentioned. That's really important to them. And as much as possible, we want to be specific, say in a way that not everybody else is saying it. We want to give an example. We want to share something that's unique about this soft skill that we're bringing to the table. Then I'll write something like, I've attached my resume as well as my portfolio with 2 relevant samples for their type of business. And finally, part 3 of this template, we want to end in a call to action and some sort of an engaging question or comment. We want to reel them in and get them, I'm doing a lot of this, and get them to write us a message. That's really the only goal of my proposals, is to get them to start a conversation with me, because it's much easier once a conversation has started to get more details on what exactly they need, and of course to convince them that you are the person for the job. So I might call to action to hop on a quick call, then do my sign off, the best, very original, your name, and then in the PS, here I engage them with a question or pique their curiosity in some sort of way. So now you know what my proposal template looks like. Let's put it into action together. Let's apply to a job together. I found this random job on Upwork searching for an executive assistant for a growing coaching business. You can hit pause if you want to read this job description in full, but now let's write the proposal using the template from above. Hi, Olivia. I know you're probably busy, so I'll keep this short. My name's Beatrice, and I am an executive assistant with 2+ years of experience helping coaches just like you stay efficient and organized. It is my aim to become your reliable right hand and help free up your time and mental energy. And I'm going to be doing this the whole time, apparently. My work as an assistant has primarily revolved around social media management, client management, and calendar management. I'm very familiar with tools like Xero, Later, HubSpot, Dipsado, Google Suite, LinkedIn Calendly, and Asana. For one of my other clients, who is also a coach, I was actually able to create a client management system via Dipsado that helped her save 3 hours a week of admin time and save over $300 a month. I'm tech savvy, detail-oriented, and very proactive, and I'm eager to learn how to best serve you as your executive assistant. I've attached my resume as well as my portfolio with 2 relevant samples specifically for social media management and calendar management. I'm happy to hop on a quick 20-minute chat if you would like to see how we gel or if you'd like to ask me any follow-up questions. Thank you for your time and consideration. All the best, Beatrice. P.S. Just out of curiosity, which CRM software are you currently using? And I'm gonna stop doing this now. You see, it's not like we're writing a ton of custom information, but it's enough to make it obvious that you wrote it just for this person, right? We're engaging this coach, we're using their exact words from their job description back at them. So we're really speaking their language and not coming up with our own terms, because as we know in business, there are lots of different ways to say just one thing. We wanna use their language so that they quickly understand first, this person actually read the job description, and second, they get me, they get what I'm looking for. If this job description gave us any crumbs to do research on, like the name of the business, a website, and an Instagram handle, then we would follow those crumbs to the bread, if you will, and add a few details into the proposal too. So sometimes I write things like, I noticed on your website that blah, blah, blah. Or I also checked out your Instagram. I love your recent reel about XYZ. I think we could definitely get more views if we implemented a few hashtag strategy. So we're already using that we language to show them what it would be like to have us on their team. And as promised, here are 5 of my tips for writing a winning proposal. Always try to keep your proposals short and sweet. It isn't unusual for a popular job posting to receive 50 or more proposals on a single Upwork listing. So frankly, clients don't have the time to read a long and rambling essay about why you are the best fit for the job. When you ramble, like the more you waffle and ramble and like babble and gab and I'm out of synonyms, the less likely you'll get a reply because you're already making their life harder by giving them too much information, right? A client is hiring somebody because they want their lives to be made easier. So if you're already making their life harder in that initial job proposal, very unlikely that they will actually hit you back with a message. So stick to the point and say what you need to say in as few words as possible. What I do is I let myself ramble in the first draft, and then I go back and delete everything that is useless, repetitive, or vague, which most of the time there is a lot of. A lot of people skim through job descriptions before applying. Do not do that. We do not do that. Chances are you are going to overlook a key detail like the typical read the job description test that clients sneak into their listings. So read it once, then read it again, and once you've written your proposal, read the job one more time to make sure that you actually addressed everything that they are looking for and that you use their exact words back at them. Begin every proposal with a personalized, unique greeting. These proposals are not being read by robots, they're being read by human people, so treat them as if they are truly humans. If the client name isn't included in the job posting, you can be a little detective, right? Put on that monocle. Browsing through the previous reviews for this client is often a great place to find their names. That's just a little detective tip right there. A good proposal focuses on the client, not on you. I always say this, your proposal needs to convey, I read your job description and I understand what you need, not look how incredible I am, right? And give them everything they need to make a decision in that proposal itself. Portfolio samples, proof you know what you're doing, clarity in what your experience is and whether you're the right fit for the job. Don't make them do legwork or have to think about anything. Again, your job is to make their life easy, so start with the proposal, try to make it as easy as possible for a client to see you as the best fit for the job. Tip 5 is optional, but something that I personally like doing occasionally is I give them a little freebie or two that is really valuable to them in the proposal already, even just something really small as simple as a tool recommendation or a, have you tried this? This not only builds authority, right? Shows you are familiar with what they're looking for. It may also lead to a little reciprocity or start a conversation where they might be like, hey, I've never heard of that tool before. Like, can you tell me a little bit more about it? Or can you potentially help me set it up? Which all have happened to me before. So now that you know exactly what to write in your next Upwork proposal, make sure your profile is spick and span, because if a client likes your proposal, their next destination is your profile. And you gotta make sure that profile is ready to razzle dazzle too. So click here to watch it. No pressure though, but click it. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye!